Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced from AlexMercedCoder.dev, and in today's video what I did, I was just listening to a new episode of Syntax. They were interviewing Ryan Dahl, the creator of Deno and Node, and one of the things he mentioned is that you can now use NPM modules in Deno, and I had heard this before, but I haven't tried it out yet. So I just upgraded my install of Deno, and I'm going to try this out. So I'm going to try to create an Express app using Deno. Okay, so we're gonna follow like sort of typical Deno patterns. So that's like we're gonna import all our dependencies. So basically in Deno there isn't like npm install. Like you don't install your dependencies. You use ES modules. And again, for those who are not familiar with what Deno is a runtime like Node. So Node runs your JavaScript outside of the browser. So does Deno, but Deno has like is built with Rust, so it's faster. It has like first-class TypeScript support, safety first in the sense where like access to your file system, access to your network, these kind of things are not enabled by default. So that way you don't just run a script and they have access to your whole computer. There's like a lot of these little like nice things. The thing that's kind of held it back is that you couldn't just take whatever you did in Node, which is what everyone's been using, and just use it in Deno because it works different in enough spots because Deno was trying to embrace web standards and still is. Um, but again, makes it kind of harder to make that transition for existing code bases. Then Bun came along, also very fast, built with Zig instead of Rust. And Bun kind of tried to do both in the sense where it allows you to use a lot of the new web standards, but at the same time, it goes to that effort where you can kind of like use Node packages and whatnot. So Deno's now gone in that direction where it's kind of like, okay, let's make it easier for you to do your Node, to move your Node projects over to Deno. And I like Deno a lot. I like a lot of the things that Deno does. There's a lot of other cool features that Deno has that really makes it pretty awesome. Okay, so I am definitely in the pro Deno camp. But usually, again, what I've seen in the past is that usually you create like a deps.ts and you're going to import all your dependencies here. So I'll say like import express from, and if I remember right, it should be like, I think it's like npm express. Okay, let me just double check that. So let's open up Chrome because again, I haven't done this before. So that's why it's always important to read documentation. So Deno import npm package. Okay, let's make sure that I'm thinking about this right. Just show me a quick code example. I don't think that's answering the question that I'm looking for. Here we go, npm modules. In particular, large set of packages. Let's do this. npm specifies, I think that's what I want. Yep, that's how that works. Okay. Cool. Okay. So I just do that. Nice. Okay, and right now, again, I'm getting this because it's still kind of treating it like just like normal Node. Let me see here, languages. Do I have a Deno? I think I removed that extension. Okay, anyways, so you're gonna see that because again, it's thinking about it in the way it thinks about for Node when I'm really using Deno and I'd have to install like extensions and then they always get confused whether I'm using Node or Deno, so I usually keep that extension off. Import express from express. And then essentially what you would do is like if I were to import any other libraries, so anything else I want, nah. So then what I would do is I would then do export default. I mean, there's a couple different ways you could do this. I could also just do export express. Import express. Let's just do this. I'll just do the export default. And then package it as an object. And we'll put express in there. Okay. So theoretically what's going to happen is that when I run this code, it's going to, since this is the first time I'm installing Express on Deno, it'll go and then install that package. It knows it's from the npm registry because I did the npm colon. Okay, so then technically I should be able to just kind of use it like normal. So then I just go make my normal server.js. And then what I would do is I would just import express from /deps. Okay, and I will be explicit about the file, and then I should be able to just kind of do my stuff. So usually I'd be able to just, create my app, const app equals express, and then that app, we'll just make one quick route, app.get slash you did this from Deno. And then app.listen on port 3000. Listening on Deno from port 3000. And the idea is that the cool thing is you're going to get the speed bonuses from Deno with your Express app. So you can just speed up your Express apps by just making this quick change over to Deno. But let's just make sure to see that all works. And again, I have upgraded my Deno. So just to show you my Deno version, Deno -- version 1.28. Okay, so that's kind of like my versioning of everything. And so this should be like what? Deno run allow all. So that way it just allows everything. We don't have to play with all the permissions right now, and then I should just put the file name if I remember correctly. And let's see here, yep, see it's downloading Express and downloading all the libraries associated with Express. So it is doing that. Okay, it's done that. Oh, doesn't like something. Express file. Express is not a function. Oh, that's right. I didn't wrap this in curly brackets. So that's technically an object. Oop, there we go. That should do it. We didn't like this time. The requested module does not provide an export named Express. Okay, so it does want me to like export it. So just let me export Express. Should just let me do that, but let's see here. Let's try that again. That'll be parse expected. Let's see here. We imported Express from Express. Actually, let me just take a look at the example. Why not? Let me just look up an example. Deps.ts. It's been a while, so you have to do the. Here we go. Take a look at somebody else how they did it. Import as path. Oh, I see how they're doing it. And then export. Ah, I see. I see how they're doing that. Okay. So let me do that. Let's just do one of these. All as express from NPM express. Still doesn't quite like it. Maybe I should actually just console log what am I getting. That'd probably be the smart thing to do. Okay. Console.log express. Let's see, what is it that's there? That seems like it would be the right object. Did express just change on me? Express. Yeah, that looks like the express object. So why don't you like it? And then there's like the URL encoded middleware. Let's try. Let's keep it simple. I won't play with the deps.ts right now. I will just bring in express like this, and let's see if that works. Still doesn't like it. You take a look at that code example that I had over here actually, because they are using Express. That's pretty much what I'm doing. Import Express from NPM Express. And actually, let's just even just do this Express. Oh, there we go. Now it's working, but let's see here. Rec res.send hello. And is it gonna run? Not seeing my little oh, I didn't write console log, that's why. Man, you can tell it's Sunday morning. Okay. There we go, let's try that again. And there we go. Okay, that's listening on the right port. So now let's see, let's go to localhost 3000. Works. Okay, so we know this works. So now let's try this again. Let's cut X. Put this back into deps.ts. Port express. Export const deps. Let's do it this way. Const deps equals express. Not exactly the way it's typically done, but okay. And then what I would do is I would import deps from /deps, and then it's probably going to be the fact that it's a TypeScript file and I'm importing it into a JS file. That's probably going to be the issue, but we'll find out in a second. Const express equals deps, and let's try that. Oh, I think it wants me to do the TS here. This one does not provide an export name default. Import, okay, yeah, because I did it named export, so I have to do that. Okay, now it works. That works. So then, okay, so if that works, then what happens if I did export default express? Because that should kind of be the same thing. And then instead, there should be import express from, well, actually, technically I'd have to still probably do this, import deps from /deps, because I didn't make it like a named export. And then I can do like const express equals deps. So I change it, not too much. Let's try that again, see if that works. Oops, forgot the TS again. Always forget that when you're doing modules, you gotta put that file extension. There we go. Okay, so that works. Okay. And let's try this one more time in one other way. And let's see here. Let's see if I just do export express. Or I mean, technically it should be fine with that. Oh well. You could just do that. And what I could do is just import. Nope, that's so, well, doesn't like that. But I'll try it again. It doesn't like that because it's not an export named express. What I could do this, I could just call this express lib, and then do this export const express equals express lib, and then that should do the trick. Express from, and then that should do it. And see, that works. Okay. So as you can see, like there's different variations of that story, but the idea is usually you would kind of have all your imports of the actual library here and you export them. So that way, if you need to update your versions, you can just do it from one file instead of having to update every export or import you use throughout your code base. But again, I haven't really written code in Deno in a while to remember like all little conventions and how you exactly set it up. Although again, it's flexible at the end of the day. Like the main thing is to have a file where your dependencies are at, collect them there, so that way it's consistent, and then you import them as you use them in your actual code base. So basically you import them in one file, export them from that file. But yeah, so you can see I can write Express apps from Deno now, which is pretty cool. And that means I could just pretty much use any other NPM libraries that I want. And I think there are some edge cases, but I think none that are going to hit most people's practical uses. So that's pretty cool. So just want to kind of go over that. You know, I wonder what happens if I try to run it with bun. Bun run server.js. Okay, could not resolve. Yeah. So let's try it this way. Import. So for bun, it would just be like node. Import express from express. And then I would do like bun install express. Oh, well, I need a package.json, so let's do npm init-y in here. To make a package.json, bun install express. Install. That did not install express. Was it bun add express? Okay, yep, that worked. That added express. So now if I type in bun run server.js, cannot find module. We'll go back to my server.js. Did I do anything weird there? Videos. Why was it looking for an index.js node module object inspect? Okay, so there's just going to be some sort of dependency missing there, it looks like. Because it's bun, or maybe see here, let's try this. Bun install. Okay. And then let's try that again. Express bun run server.js. Got it. So I think that's more like an issue of particular like libraries or whatnot that might not be available in bun that have to do so. So you see, it's affecting this object inspect dependency that Express has, or it could even be a dependency of a dependency. But it's not the Express library itself that's the problem. It's like this util.inspect thing. So not necessarily quite as you run into little issues at the end of the day, but they're all getting better and it's all going to be really cool. And I'm pretty excited for the world of JavaScript runtimes because basically each of them are bringing really cool things to the table, and that competition between them is going to keep pushing all three of them to kind of really innovate and become three really useful tools for building really fast applications, and probably bring some new use cases that don't currently exist to the JavaScript world. Because who knows, if they become super fast, then it starts making more sense to do things like data work, or even, you're already starting to see a lot more tooling done in JavaScript, so this would only accelerate that. So, yeah, lots of reasons to be very excited about the future of JavaScript. So I'll see y'all later.